Purdue squeaked by Oregon 68-64 at home, so they're vulnerable. But anyone who watches this team knows that they are a team who can come back and do some damage. Now, it was a nail biter at Mackey Arena. Fletcher Loyer's late three-pointer sealed it, keeping the Boilermakers' Big Ten title hopes alive. If you think that the Boilermakers, Purdue, has what it takes to win the Big Ten still, as I think they do, let me know in the comments below. Like this video, subscribe for more great Purdue content, because we'll have a lot to talk about with Fletcher Loyer coming back, him getting back in beast mode. The senior guard dropped 18 points on just 7 shots, leading all scorers for Purdue. He was lights out from deep, hitting 3 of 4 threes, including that dagger coming off the screen where he has been so money from the top of the key. With 51 seconds left, down 63-62, Loyer came off the screen that was set for him, shook the defender who hit the floor, and he drilled it to give Purdue the lead for good. But it wasn't just that shot. Loyer grabbed a massive rebound off a miss. Oregon free throws late, got fouled, and sank both from the line to ice it at 68-64. He was so clutch in this game. Love to see that back from him. Over the last 2 games, he poured in 47 points and has gone 10 of 14 from beyond the arc. It looks like that rough 4-game stretch when he arrived, just 6.5 points, is ancient history now. Loyer's confidence is soaring, and Purdue needs that sharp shooting senior to anchor their perimeter game if they're going to chase a Big Ten title. Thankfully for Purdue, Fletcher has his big game, had his big game because of the front court, right? The front court had 0 answers for Oregon's Nate Biddle early on. The 7-footer, fresh off a month-long lower body injury, looked rust-free and dominated with 23 points, 5 rebounds, and 14 free throw attempts, 10 of which he made. Oscar Clough and Daniel Jacobson, they struggled in this one in the post initially, getting bullied for easy buckets. Biddle scored efficiently inside, helping Oregon rack up 30 points in the paint compared to Purdue's 24. Even though he went 1 for 8 from 3, his pick and pop threat stretched Purdue's defense. Then the Boilermakers switched Trey Coffin-Wren onto him in the second half, which helped a bit, but Biddle still thrived down low. This exposes, kind of a season-long issue that we've seen for Purdue a little bit, handling versatile bigs who can pick and pop or post up in the same time. In the Big Ten, where teams like Illinois and Michigan have similar weapons, Purdue can't afford to foul this much or get torched on the inside. Painter's crew needs to be more disciplined and rotations to avoid these mismatches turning into foul fests. Rebounding was supposed to be Purdue's edge, but it wasn't the blowout we expected in that area. The Boilermakers out-rebounded Oregon 32-28 with Coffin-Wren grabbing a team-high 8 boards. Nobody else has more than 4, had more than 4, which is underwhelming, to say the least, for a team that prides itself on glass dominance. They only gave up 7 offensive rebounds, leading to just 7 second chance points for the Ducks, but those were timely and kept Oregon in the game. Last season, Purdue could rely on rebounding to grind out wins, but with Clough and Jacobson in the mix now, they're built for even better rim protection and boards, but it's just not there, right? Yes, yet overall, the last 3 weeks, that's faltered, and this team might need to switch it up, flirt with maybe some small ball or something is something they need to go for. Last year, they won shootouts by overwhelming offense against teams. Give the ball to Braden Smith, give the ball to Fletcher Loyer, let him work, let him go out there, put Braden Smith in transition, get up tempo. If rebounding isn't the massive advantage anymore that it once was, push the pace and outscore teams. It's late in the season for a full switch, but Clough and Jacobson must step up on the glass and and at the rim. Or Painter might have to tweak the lineup and get some more firepower in there. It could also help with the turnovers as well, which nearly sunk Purdue in this game. They had 14 turnovers, turning it into 15 points for Oregon. That's 1 shy of their season high, and it's sloppy, to be honest, for a veteran squad. Braden Smith, who notched 13 points, 4 assists, coughed up 6 turnovers alone. we've seen this before. This happens, right? This happens with all point guards. It's not just Braden Smith. This happens with all point guards, especially somebody who's going to share the ball as much as Braden Smith does. But Oregon mucked it up. Purdue's pick and roll. They were aggressive in hedging from the centers, forcing bad reads and incomplete passes. The difference was where Purdue gets the most credit. On the flip side, Purdue forced 13 of Oregon's turnovers for 17 points and held Oregon without a field goal in the final 4 minutes and 38 seconds. That's right. All right. I can nitpick a little bit of Purdue, but also recognize and also give a whole lot of credit to what their defense was able to do, which is huge for them. The defensive clampdown was huge. 7 straight stops to close it out, but the inconsistency cannot continue versus the best they will see. I don't expect it to either. Painter is too good of a coach to just kind of keep letting this stuff thrive and be out there. Purdue started hot, shooting 55% in the first half and building a 27-18 lead with active defense and hustle plays like Smith sliding for those loose balls, Jack Benter diving for rebounds. Then they started to crater a little bit. 22 of 29 misses in the final 21 minutes, poor three-point shooting, 5 of 18 at one point, and a surge allowed Oregon to close the half strong, trailing just 36-34. This turbulence is the opposite of what a continuity-heavy team like Purdue should show. They've thrown together some NIL squares. They've thrown together like some NIL era squads out there a little bit. They kind of look disconnected instead of unified out there, and the energy ebbs and flows. Loose balls get lost sometimes, and the halftime surges against that. Like in Indiana, it could kill their title shot, but it was the bench that might have been the unsung hero that bailed Purdue out. Jack Benter brought high impact energy in limited minutes with about 11 and a half left. He followed a missed free throw to retain possession, leading to a jumper. Then he drew a charge and later drilled a three off a Smith dish that's at least a 5-point swing with just one guy. Benter's affecting games beyond stats, which is why, the depth was able to show out there. Daniel Jacobson, he was efficient too. 9 points, 3 of 3 shooting. Give him credit for his offense, right? 4 rebounds, solid free throws. He set the key screen for Loyer's winner in that game. Without these spurts, I'm not sure Purdue wins the game. It was that in the senior resurgence that was evident beyond Loyer, right? Braden Smith, Trey Coffin-Wren, the seniors being out there, they came up big. Smith hit 1,000 points. Smith, the senior. Smith hit 1,000 points and 500 assists in Big Ten play, a league first despite the turnovers. Trey Coffin-Wren was productive on touches, 12 points, 8 boards, 4 assists. He scored on Biddle late and could have salted it away if Purdue held their leads a little bit. But the week off helped early sharpness, but sustaining it is the issue. Painter drew up what winning plays are against one of his former assistants in space, right? Defensively, Purdue grinded when it mattered most, not letting this slip like their 3-game skid against UCLA, Illinois, and Indiana. Looking at the big picture, this wasn't a super pretty game. This isn't a game that you look at and say, oh, they're going to win the national championship because of this. But grinding out wins like this against struggling teams, a team like Oregon, who's more dangerous than their record showed, keeps you moving forward. Purdue improved 19-4 overall, 9-3 in the Big Ten, staying 2 games back from Michigan, 1 game back from Illinois and Nebraska right now. They could have ruined their title chances, but clutch plays, shots, stops, rebounds prevailed. Can they carry the momentum into their road trip at Nebraska? Can they go into it against Iowa? That 5-game stretch will define the rest of the season and what they can be for their season and their NCAA path. Purdue must fix its consistency. No more first half fades, turnover binges, or excessive fouling of bigs. If they harness Loyer's hot hand and he can stay hot, continue to be the Fletcher Loyer that we know him to be, tighten up their defense and get consistent bench boosts from guys like Jack Benter, they're contenders. But if the ups and downs persist, Big Ten foes will exploit it. This league is too good to have those. This win was a wake-up call. Purdue, talented for sure, but they need to play like it every possession. And I think they will. I think that this team can fix it. I think this team is going to contend for the Big Ten, and it kind of depends on what other teams do in front of them, but we'll see what happens.